Hello, everyone, and welcome back to ESL 75 Pronunciation and Conversation 2. I'm your instructor, Chris Carey, and we are on Chapter 2 now, starting our work in the text. And to get started, once you get to our course here, by choosing in courses, perhaps you have more than one course, choose our course. And then you'll see you have options here on the left. And I'm sure to get to this video, you already know that you want to begin in modules. And then this is our introduction orientation module that you worked in earlier this week. Your assignments were the meet and greet discussion, syllabus quiz having to do with our course syllabus, an ESL LMC homepage quiz, all of the questions pertaining to our LMC ESL website. And then you had a couple assignments out of the textbook, namely the pronunciation needs assessment and then the discussion activity, which was exercise 2 on page 3. So that was our first class. Now, for this class, we will be working in Chapter 2, this module here. Chapter 2 having to do with syllables, stress, and sounds. If you click here, this will take you to a page where you can view the Zoom recordings of previous classes. For example, here is the Zoom recording for our previous class. So you can always check here. One day later, I will post those in the event that you can't join us on Tuesday and Thursday evening. And then here you have the Zoom information, of course, the link, meeting ID, and passcode. So that'll always be the first thing for each chapter. Useful tools, online tools for this course. If you click there, it will share with you the online Longman Dictionary. This is a great resource for looking up the way that words are pronounced using the International Phonetic Alphabet, or called IPA. We're going to look at that in greater detail today and then next week as well. So if you click here, it'll take you to this website. Very, very useful to look up words and their IPA, their spelling, pronunciation. You'll also find the interactive IPA. If you click there, they're actually the letters of the IPA. We call those phonemes. And you can actually click on each phoneme to hear the vowel sound or the consonant sound in English.
uh, uh, p, 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 d, 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 th, th.
Pretty cool. So you'll find that this is a very useful tool as you practice training your ear to the different vowel and consonant sounds in English. And then Google. Type a word in Google and it'll give you more information about the correct pronunciation of the word. So Google, and let's say pronunciation. You have a hard time pronouncing that word. You can hear it.
Pronunciation.
Slowly. You can record yourself saying it by practicing with the microphone. Pronunciation. Try to say na instead of na. Pronunciation. Let's try again. Pronunciation. Pronunciation. Now I'm making a mistake here. Pronunciation. Let's try one more time. Pronunciation. All right, I did it. So this is a really great tool. Google, free, and you can use it to practice pronunciation of particular words. And you'll have a better idea of, how to pronounce each syllable. But these are great tools that you can use. Online tools, free, you don't need to pay for them. And that's right here. You're also going to find that at the beginning of every chapter. So again, we're working in chapter 2 for today. If you click here to chapter 2, it'll provide you with scanned copies of the textbook. Right here. If you click here, you can download PDF copies of the scanned textbook, and that's what will show up, chapter 2. If you click here, you can access audio files that go along with many of the exercises. And that's this website. If you've purchased the audiobook and you would like additional practice for the concepts that we're going to look at in the Well Said book, then that's where you would go here to log in and do the exercises in the online workbook. But again, that's not required. You don't have to sign up for the online workbook, just for you and additional practice if you so choose. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and download chapter 2, and I'm going to provide you with an overview, an introduction to what's going to be covered. So in the textbook on page 7 is where we're at. Chapter 2 is about syllables, stress, and sounds. In this chapter, we will preview syllable and syllable stress. Stress meaning not the stress that we get from work or school, homework. Stress in terms of the emphasis, the increase in volume and pitch and intonation when we say a syllable in English. We'll also preview vowel sounds in stressed syllables and what those sound like. The schwa sound. This sound in English is very commonly used for unstressed syllables, syllables that don't carry a particular emphasis. And then lastly, in chapter 2, we'll look at vowel and consonant symbols. In the online dictionary, the Longman online dictionary that I shared with you, we'll use that to look at vowel and consonant symbols. As well as in the dictionaries in Well Said. So in this chapter, you're going to become familiar with syllables, stress, and then their sounds. Syllables and word stress are essential. Syllables are the different parts to a word. A word is broken down into different sounds, and each syllable has a vowel sound and a consonant sound. We talked about this in the last chapter, in the last course. We're just going to look at it in greater detail now from a more academic perspective. And we're also going to talk about the different symbols that are used to identify these sounds. And you becoming familiar with these phonetic symbols will help you become more comfortable using this textbook as we continue. This class, compared to the previous class, is a lot more academic in terms of your knowledge and familiarity with these pronunciation concepts. So let's talk about syllables to begin. What are syllables? A syllable is the amount of beats or sounds in a word. And again, each vowel sound in a word creates a syllable. A syllable is the beat, the sounds that a word is comprised of. So for example, the word scent. Scent has one syllable. has one vowel sound. Scent, is the vowel sound there. Present, present, present has two syllables because there are two vowel sounds. Present, and I are the two vowel sounds there. President. Tonight there is the last presidential debate. President has three syllables because there are three vowel sounds. President. I. President. Three sounds, three syllables. So in the dictionaries that we're going to use, the bold-faced words show how many syllables there are in a word in written form. The bold-faced words show how many syllables there are when we write a word. But the words, the symbols that show between these slanted lines here, that indicates how many spoken syllables there are when we pronounce the word. And sometimes it may be different. It may be different how many syllables there are in the written form compared to the spoken form. A really common word where you see differences is vegetable. Vegetable. Carrot, zucchini, tomato, right? Vegetable. Vegetable, spoken, has three syllables. Vegetable. Vegetable. But when we write it, there are four vowel sounds. Vegetable. And a lot of people say it that way, right? Vegetable. But really, in common English, that's not the correct pronunciation. It's three syllables. Vegetable. All right, this video is getting a little long. I appreciate you sticking through it the whole time. Go ahead and click next in the bottom right-hand corner, and we'll do a warm-up together. Exercise 1 on the very next page, practicing how to count how many syllables there are in these words.